Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, so I have a problem here. We got a Expresso machine here. I believe my wife bought this at Starbucks. It's a Verismo cake machine, but it's pretty old. I'm not really sure how long we've had it. I wouldn't say 10 years, but who knows. I've had a problem with it before where it wouldn't get into any water at all, but now I got a problem where water starts coming out and then you hear a popping sound and then it starts trickling out and all the water leaks out of the back here and goes into the bin that catches all the trash K-cups. I'll put a video of it up after this, just showing you guys what it's doing, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to see if we can get this thing apart now. I was already looking at it. I just emptied all the water out of it. Only thing I notice here is all the machine, they're all riveted. And so this machine is not designed to come apart, so we're going to have to go get a drill bit or some other kind of something to grind these rivets down so we can drive them out. Once we get the rivets out, we'll be able to slide this outer cover off and be able to see what's going on up top here inside. We'll have to put water back in it, but just stay tuned. I'm going to show you a video of that, and I'm going to get everything set up to try and drill the rivets out. Alright guys, so I got a little center punch here, automatic one. You're going to need that. And once you drill the rivets out, you're probably going to need a punch to punch them through. So you're going to need that. You're going to need a hammer and a drill and a drill bit. I'm not sure if these are aluminum. I'm hoping these are aluminum ones. These are aluminum ones. They should drill out pretty easy. Hopefully they're not stainless. If they're stainless ones, they're going to be a whole lot harder to get out. Just need to try and. Alright, I'm just trying to find a drill bit that'll match up with it. So I used a smaller drill bit and I drilled the pilot hole in there. I'm using next size drill up. Let's see if we could drill this out here. Get the rest of this rivet out. Yeah, it's going right through. So the rivet's going through. There's the rivet. Push that through. Alright, as you guys can see now, we got the rivet through there. Try and use something to get that out. Maybe a pick or something. So we can pick this piece out right here. Just keep going down the line here. Yeah, I don't think these are aluminum because they're having a really hard time drilling through it. These are cheap drill bits, so maybe the cheap drill bits. Start a pilot hole, and then we'll move up to the next size drill bit. Let's go back. Let's do this one here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. focus here. Yeah, so holes are a little bit off center. Not the best center punch. Try and drill. If I can come in at an angle on this one, we can get this. So we can get this out here. But there's the first one that I did, and as you can see, drilling that out, I got a little bit of a separation now, so I should be able to pop this off once I get the rest of them. I'll come back to you after I get all the rivets out. Like I said, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but we'll get it out. All right, guys, it took about 10 minutes. It didn't work out the very best. That's a little bit of the plastic up, but this is going to be sitting on the bottom. You're not going to be able to see it. Once you get them rivets out of the way, you'll be able to take a pry tool, get in there, and just so you can pry it each way. I'm gonna pry this off, slide it off, and then I'll show you what's left underneath of it. So I already got so I got the one side off here. All you gotta do once you let's say you pry away from the bottom here, and then you can try to just pull from the top, and it should just pop right off. As you can see, it's just clipped in here with these little hooks. It should pop right off. Like I said, the only thing that really holding it in is the these bottom rivets, and then you got the hole you can see on the inside now. Now I'm going to go back inside. We're going to put water back into it, turn it back on, and see exactly where the water is shooting out of it, and see if this is something we can fix, or if we're going to have to buy a whole new machine here. Alright guys, so as you've seen, the problem's coming from up here where the pod actually goes and puts the water into the pod, this contraption up here. We have to get to it, so we're going to have to take this top off. These are Torx bits, these are T10s. There's one here, one down here, and then two on the other side. I got this contraption set up here with this screwdriver, and this should work with what one there. Take these out. I'll flip it on the other side here. Hopefully there's nothing else that has to come out once you get these Torx bits out here. There's one down here. This one back here. That should be it for that. Just gonna put the handle up. Put the handle up to get it, make sure it comes off, and there's that. And we got this out of our way. There's the top. We'll just slide the top off out of the way, and now we can see up in here. Sorry. Looks like that's might be held in with a Torx bit as well. You got some E-clip here, E-clip here, and you can pop this piece off back here, and then maybe this piece here will come out in the front. You also have a hose on the other side you're going to have to disconnect. So I'm going to go ahead, let me pop a little bit more of this off and see if we can get this piece out right here. That's where the water's spraying out. Alright guys, so I didn't have to take those E-clips out to get this out. There's just 4 bolts. You got one here, one there, and one there, and then you just had to disconnect this hose clamp that hooks onto right here. You pop this hose clamp off. There's a little, be careful, there's a little metal piece that goes in here that holds it all together, just like this one down here. So don't lose that, because that went flying. That's going to have to be put back on when you go to put it back together. But here's the top of it. There's some coffee granules in there, and you can kind of see in here a little bit better. Let me turn the light on and see if that's any better. But you could probably take this. I'm going to try taking this E-clip off the front here, popping this front off, and see if I can see in there a little bit better, because there's a Torx another Torx bit. Looks like another T10 that's holding this front piece on. Go ahead, I'll pop that off. I'll make sure this area also that seals around it. Make sure there's, looks like there might be a gasket. Make sure there's nothing missing, and maybe the gasket's broke. That's why it keeps doing. Alright guys, so back to the video here. Okay, this one here had nothing to do with this front piece bolting on. That piece there, all that is the piece that pokes the hole in the top of the pod. So it's just a spike. I poked the spike out, but you are going to have to take the E-clips out of this pin here, slide them out. Now when you do the big one in the middle, it has a pin that's holding it in. So you're going to have to slide it down a little bit and then pull the pin out of the back here to be able to pull it all the way out. As you can see, it was getting stuck against this plastic piece right here when I was doing it. That pin sits inside this groove right here when it goes back together. So just try to not keep track of all the parts. And I took the back of the handle off because I was trying to move it out. This thing's pretty heavy. It's metal, so it's T15 Torx to take that off. But now I should be able to slide this piece out the back. I just gotta feed the hose out the back, and then I'm gonna try and leave this piece, this hose on here. We'll just try and feed it out of the back. Once we get out of the back, we'll check back in. Here, like I said, we'll check the hose for a hole, but I don't see any hoses in this hole, or holes in this hose here. I'm thinking it's this rubber gasket right here is compromised. Like I said, you can see it spraying out the bottom when it does come on. This is another T10. I'm going to take this T10 out and just see if there's anything else behind it. But I think it's this gasket here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to replace the gasket, so it's probably not going to be any good. Alright guys, so unfortunately I went back in there, hooked it back up. I just squeezed the pod against it just to see if make sure there's nothing leaking in the back out here, but everything wasn't leaking back here. Then I pulled the pod off. The water was coming out of the hole real good. So the problem is this rubber gasket here in the front. This rubber gasket right here around it. It's got deformed or got smashed. Maybe somebody stuck a pod in there sideways and tried to close it, smashed the gasket. I took the gasket out and moved it to another spot in here. Maybe that'll help. But I went on Amazon. They don't stock them on, they don't have any replacement parts on Amazon, and eBay has parts on there, but this piece right here, this whole, it comes as a whole piece, it's out of stock. I'll put it up here in the corner just to show you guys. It didn't have a price with it, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, take and put everything back together. So if you guys want, whatever, the same way you took it apart, you put it back together the same way. I'm gonna put it all back together, and then I'm just going to try another pod. Like I said, I'm going to take that gasket and move it to another spot and see if that helps. But anyway, guys, we'll end it right there. Like I said, I may go back and show you show you with the new pod in it, and we'll just see if it works. Alright guys, so the only thing left now, I got everything back together. You can see everything's working fine. You don't have to worry about riveting this bottom back in because you have all these snaps and hooks and stuff that are going to keep it together. That way next time you have to take it apart, you just rip the sides right back off. But start by the top and just hook it into these holes here. And you should just be able to click it back in like that. Just push it in. And then do the same thing onto the other side here. Like I said, just line the holes up. As you can see, there you go. Pop all the sides back in. You shouldn't have any problem. Like I said, the sides are not going to fall off unless you pull them back apart. Like I said, they just clip in, so it's nice and easy. Now you'll be able to get it apart if you ever have to get in there and work on the pump or the motor or flush a line or whatever you want, whatever you need to get in there to do. Now you can be able to get in there because you got all the rivets out of it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to go in and try it, but if it doesn't work, the gasket, they don't make them. You can't buy them, so I had to buy a new machine. But it was worth a try. It was fun showing you how to take it apart. I was curious how it all came apart anyway. So there you go. Alright guys, thank you, God bless, and just have a great day. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Matthew 29:19. Alright guys, I know it can be a little daunting sometimes to go and share your faith with someone when I know that you don't do it a lot or you haven't really done it. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get sharing it with people. But I just pray that if you haven't heard the word or don't know the word, I pray that you would just seek Jesus, read his word, talk to someone, join a local church, and just get to know him. But that's it, guys. I wanted to say thanks and God bless. Have a great day.